Here they are, the saddest chords in the world. Hey, normally I don't like to make videos about topics that other people have covered. There are other the saddest chords in the world or the saddest chord in the world videos out there, but of course this is completely subjective, and I have my personal take, and I have not seen this specific take on the saddest chords, which I think the saddest chords are the major 7 chords, specifically the 4 chord and the 1 chord in any given key. So let's take a closer look at these chords, and I'll put them into some contexts with a lot of different famous songs. This first one, F major 7 to C major 7. Now, that is an F chord with the high string ringing open, and that's the major 7. And look, here's the reason why this chord is so sad, is it's a major chord, happy, with a dissonance in it. Here's the F, and here's the high E. Listen to that. It's an incredibly dissonant interval. So we get this major chord with this sadness in it. I always think of it as, look, a sad person is a sad person. We kind of get used to that. But a happy person who's been touched by sadness, oh, that's really heartbreaking. The same is true with all of these chords. So here's our C major chord with the major 7. That's the B, so now the B and the C together sound like this. I'm playing the 5th string and the 2nd string. And it just sounds so heartbreakingly melancholy. F major 7, C major 7. So that's an Old Friends by Simon and Garfunkel. And let's do some other chord versions in different keys. So the same 2 chords. Erik Satie's Gymnopede, or Gymnopedia, I don't know how you pronounce it, is an A major 7 to an E major 7. Those are some unusual voicings, maybe a little bit easier to add this note in here. And then this note still keeps it very sad. So that's your A to E. And the beginning of Gymnopede, that's the 4 to the 1. Probably what I think is the saddest of all of them. That's a G major 7. Once again, you can see it's a G chord, but now we're going to move this note down, and we get this incredible dissonance to that C major 7 again. So that's the 1 chord in the key of G to the 4 chord. You'll find that in Jim Croce's Photographs and Memories. It's also in the Smiths' Cemetery Gates. They play a C add 9, I believe. And also in The Sundays, one of my favorite songs of all time. Here's Where the Story Ends does that. So not the major 7, but the Croce has that major 7, and just heartbreaking. Just want to show you one more thing. If you play that G major 7 like this, and the C major 7 like this, and you strum them, we get Bob Marley's Waiting in Vain. Now here's what's interesting about these voicings is if you break them down and take some notes out, you can see there's a little hidden B minor chord in there. And in this chord, there's an E minor chord hidden. So are these really major 7 chords? Are they minor chords with extra notes? There's some harmonic ambiguity in there, and I absolutely love that, and that's one of the things that adds to this idea of the sadness, I think, is there's harmonic ambiguity. It seems happy, but it seems sad, it seems heartbroken. Moving to the key of D, this is our D major 7. Back to the G major 7. This is a little confusing that some of these chords show up in different keys. It's, well, because sometimes they're the 1 chord and sometimes they're the 4. So this is the 1, and this is the 4. Once again, D chord, but we're going to take this D and make it into a C sharp, and this G major 7. This is in a newer song I really like called Stella Brown by Jamali Aria, I think is how you pronounce his name. Really great song. I'm just a sucker for those two chords. The last example, A major 7 to D major 7. All the songs I've talked about this far are actually kind of sad songs lyrically, but it's not the lyrics that make it sad, it's those chords. And one of my favorite examples is Adam Sandler's Lunch Lady Land. He plays an A chord to a D chord, but he sings the major 7 over the D chord. So here's with the melody that he sings. In the tab, I've put a little sketch of that song. And he's singing hoagies and grinders, navy beans. Ridiculously silly lyrics, but they sound sad because of the major 7. There's that major 7. And there you have it, the saddest chords in the world. Of course, you should feel free to disagree if you've got some sadder ones, but I just think those are wonderfully sad. Like I said, it's somebody that seems happy that's had something tragic happen to them, and we really feel bad and empathetic and sympathetic when that happens. So this major with some dissonance in it creates, for me, the saddest chords in the world. As always, like this video, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon with another lesson. Bye-bye.